beginning, and that's what, 13 years? Yes. So we've been saved and sober for 13 years.
Wow. How did you come about this new?
Okay, I'd say that this me now is probably who I actually was meant to be.
Wow.
On the journey to who I was meant to be. That's the truth, because I came from being a very intelligent child. I'm the youngest of 8, and my family is one of those that's a very decent family. We just a Catholic family, very straight, behave ourselves.
Yeah.
Nothing extra, no one being overly, bad or overly good, just regular life. And so I am the youngest of 8. So my brother used to say that I was a very intelligent child growing up. I was one of those children that you could actually call a child prodigy. According to my brother, he said you were a child genius. He said recently he saw someone from my primary school, and the person told them how much I used to beat him in class, as in beat her in class, and she hated me so much because I was that intelligent. However, because it was something that I took for granted, for me it was a given. You're intelligent. That's what life is. So I probably took it for granted. And then getting into secondary school, I was one of the best students in my state. Common entrance, getting into secondary school.
Wow.
I was on the scholarship getting into school because I was that intelligent. However, there's something I tell parents every time: you need to watch your children, especially if it's a child that is you need to know your child to know when your child has changed.
Yeah.
So if anybody had necessarily noticed me, they will notice that I'm one of those kind of children that can't do multiple things at the same time. At the time, because I'm a child, my brain of course still developing. I can't do multiple things at a time. So they could have known that very intelligent girl, but needed to be in class to be able to pass exams. So if there was any form of distraction,
off the real,
nobody knew. I didn't know. And so when I got to the secondary school, I just felt, hey, freedom. And it was boarding school. So I felt free. And then growing up, we lived in Festac. But in the area where we lived at the time, my older sister, because I moved to live with my older sister when my mom had relocated to the UK for a bit. So my older sister did not want us to hang out with the people that lived in that place. She always drummed it in our ears that you may be living here, but you are not of here. So we always will stay in the house.
Always indoors.
Come from school and inside. Our mates, maybe our neighbors will be probably hawking stuff. I remember very well, one time there was a boy that used to hawk a lot. I met him recently in Abuja, and then he was hawking, and then early in the morning I'll be like, God, this boy is so lucky. He's hawking, he has freedom. And then in my mind I'll be saying, God, I wish I could. One day I even carried a tray in the house, and I was going around, buy bread, buy sliced bread. And my sister looked at me and said, may you not hawk in Jesus' name. I didn't answer the amen because I just wanted to be free. I didn't understand.
So the thing of liberty in your mind.
However, that's what she was trying to make sure that don't mix with these people. You're not like them. So we were always, I went to schools, but I was always at home. So getting into secondary school was freedom. So now if I want to do anything, I can do. So my grades started dwindling, but nobody was necessarily paying attention. And then I started hanging with, some friends. It's not all the friends. I mean, I had some amazing friends. I need to correct this because one of my secondary school friends said something to me one day. She said, people knew us as friends. Now they would think I was the one that introduced you to things. I'm like, it's not you.
Yeah.
If you know me, I'm the life of a party. I can have 100 people here, and I will have a different relationship with everyone of them.
Yeah.
And all of them will have their experience with me.
Yeah, she's like that.
So I said, it's not her. So I in my SS1, I started I'm hanging with this set of girls. And so we went out to school. We started going out to school. So that's the first contact I had with smoking and drinking, SS1. One time I went out of school, and then someone saw me and told my sister. She came, she beat me. And then I had to lie. I tried to deny it, all of that. But I had already started, going out of school. By SS3, my grades had dwindled. I'm one of those that is an auditory learner. I have to be in class to hear what the teacher is saying. However, I was beating class. I was stabbing lectures. So when you're stabbing, you can't follow through. And so I failed. SSC, I failed. Where I failed there was a colossal failure. Imagine getting 591 out of 600 in common entrance, and then coming to get 4 P's and 4 F's in SS3. And guess what? The person that went to check the common entrance is the same person that went to check the SSC.
What? So she's like, or he's like,
and he went and he came to my sister's office to give the results. She was so sure that I passed. But then I had relocated to the north.
Okay.
I met a few people there, and the people that I met, I came from Lagos, speaking plenty of English. Great. And my other sister had a boutique in Kano. And so I used to be well dressed. I was one of her, she just said, okay, try wear this one. So people see it and you're like, oh, nice cargo pants. Where did you get it from? My sister has it. Yeah. So I'm well dressed. I'm speaking so well. I didn't go to the schools that he went to. The social circle in that city was very small. So I stood out like a sore thumb. Yeah. Wow. And so people wanted to be friends with me. However, the things that remember I said I was the life of a party. I can be friends with anybody. Unless if I love you, you can't escape me. However, the thing they excluded me from was substance use. And I didn't want to be excluded. I wanted to be accepted into that. And this is why they say peer pressure has, different types. There is indirect pressure, there is direct pressure. That was indirect pressure. They were not telling me to come and use. Yeah. I just thought, why are you excluding me? I want to be part of this. I'm life of a party, come on.
We have to do this together.
And so I started. And this is why they say that you don't get into something. You may know the beginning of something, but you never know how you end. And so I started partying, and in life of a party. I'll party, I'll be on the table, dancing, shouting. If the party is about to end, I come in, the party will start again, and all of those things. And then it was one day, we started day 1, 18, that's 18. And that's how my life spiraled down, going from being a girl that was that intelligent, that promising. I wanted to be a lawyer. In fact, my brother told me one time, you could have worked with NASA. As intelligent as you were, spiraled down to a 13-year journey of partying and substance use and just being a delinquent.
10 good years. Wow.
That's how my life went.
Wow.
And then somehow I slipped in some kind of mini depression. I call it mini depression because it wasn't really depression. Now that I'm in the mental health space, I know that it's not depression that I was feeling. But I mean, nothing tasted good anymore. Nothing felt good anymore. Anything I used to cope with, the void I was feeling was no longer filling the void. So I called someone, and she's someone I'll never call, but all my many friends. She's the last person I'll call to say, oh, this was I'm going through. So I called her and she said, I've been inviting you for this fellowship. I said, I beg, please.
We're not talking about fellowship.
This, me and God, we have problems. Sunday mornings are for, getting over a hangover. Go and for hot indomie with plenty of pepper, just so that the hangover will clear. What are you doing in church? What's going on in church? No, please.
Wow.
But when she told me that day, there was something about that thing, and I just said, give me her number. She said, you need to talk to this woman. She's very apt in the spirit. Those were the words she used. I can never forget. And I said, give me her number. I need to talk to her now. And then she gave me, and then I called Apostle O. I will never forget. And Apostle started singing. I was angry. I'm like, my life, I have life pain. You are singing. What's funny in the world? And then that was the beginning. And that was me, 2nd of April, 2011. My 5th of April, 3 days later, she invited me to fellowship, and hey, I gave my life to Christ that day. And that was just the beginning. And that's what, 13 years? Yes. So we've been saved and sober for 13 years.
Wow. Congrats, ma. Congrats. That's big. That's huge. So I would say that was a turning point for you.
Absolutely.
Meeting that lady and connecting her to.
I've known that lady for quite a while.
Wow.
I've known her for quite a while. She was my sister's client. So we became friendly because our ages are close. So we just became, she had a makeup shop. And this is how the devil works. She had a makeup shop. I wanted to learn makeup. She was teaching for free. I was there every day, but I never learned makeup. I was just there, just being useless and purposeless, going around. It was later. I still went there and pay my money to now go and learn makeup artistry.
Oh, wow.
But hey, that was a turning point.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I feel like that was a specific time. It was a timing presented by God, because you've known this lady all along.
Yes.
I feel like it wasn't a coincidence at that point, because of course God doesn't work with coincidence.